It's Tuesday night.
It is Tuesday night.
Welcome here. It's nice to see. Oh, hello, Selah. How are you? Come on up. Come on.
Oh, she's
Selah
been
and I have been
waiting
having
for
a little
that.
battle here, getting ready for the show. He
showed her
at
teeth.
me.
She's gonna bite you.
She just knows. Jump up, and then when I get down, I get some. You ready, Selah? Just a minute.
She surprised me when she showed those teeth.
Yeah, she's nice and we sometimes fight.
Well,
Yeah,
but she's a sweet dog. I think she's just, trying to scare you.
she's definitely trying to scare
She
me.
wouldn't really bite.
So here we are, another show, another Tuesday.
Yeah.
Nicer weather happening here in Western Pennsylvania these days.
Well, it got cold last night.
Yeah, a little bit cold, but it's still nicer. I mean, we had snow for a long time.
I know. Yeah. Welcome, spring.
We're here with another one of those odd sort of shows.
Yeah.
Today we're going to ask for some help. We're going to talk about Uniquely the Same, talk about our show, talk about where we might be going. We actually don't have answers. We have questions.
and we need your answers.
Yeah,
that would help us a lot.
So we want you to help. That's really the idea, is to try to get some input from you. And we've been working on trying to make the show more and more interactive, and we're going to do that more and more. Where is it snowing?
In Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, so it's coming. It's coming north. It's heading up towards you.
Yeah, I think the jet stream.
We're sending. Well, if you.
Yeah. Okay.
If everybody
just
did
pucker
that,
up and blow.
just because it's only me doing it,
right?
It doesn't help. It's great to see you all. It's fun. It's always fun to come on the beginning of the show, see the comments pop in.
Yeah, see familiar faces.
Realize it's not just the two of us. There's other people here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice to have some other.
Really glad you're here. Actually, I think about you during the week, and then Tuesday we get to really get together.
Sounds good.
So, Kristen went to the zoo.
Yeah.
So that's close to that Manitoba type weather. So that's up in that. Oh, she's way up north.
Okay.
Not way up north, but a little bit up. And I don't want to talk too much about what's been going on. I want to get right into the show.
Okay,
so the idea is we want your ideas. That's the bottom line to this all. We're looking for some help. We want your help. We want you to post your ideas, and we're going to talk mostly about the show and video, but we're going to talk a little bit about Uniquely the Same in general. And so, and we're also going to try some live polling.
Yes, this is exciting.
So maybe we'll begin that. I'll try that right now.
We've been saying for so long we're going to try to do polling during the show so we can get some responses and try to, just maybe adjust a little bit towards to help, with some of the responses we get. So this is a big happy night. Are they
the
there?
questions popped up too.
They did.
So we'll do that at the end. So that's interesting. So there's polls and questions that we can ask, and we're just trying that out for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, Al was in North Carolina. Oh, great. All right. So here's our first polling question. Are you ready for this? Let's see. We have no idea how that's going to work, but I'm about to hit the activate button. Okay. Here we go. Something's going to happen now.
If you hit activate, what's going to happen?
There, I activated it.
Uh-oh. Okay, I see nothing. Do you all see the poll question?
So there should be a poll question somewhere, or at least one coming up, or
it's there. It's the bottom of your screen. It says,
at least on a computer. You're watching on a computer. We don't know how it looks on a phone. Maybe we'll look that up. But what we're interested in knowing which is the best night for our live show. My sister was in town from California this past week, and she and I and her husband were talking about the show a little bit. And she said, "Oh, you switched to Tuesday nights." And I've had for 15 years, I've had an event on Tuesday night, so I can't watch the show anymore.
Right, and we miss Ruth.
And it's worth saying we moved the show because we want to keep trying to find new audience. We want to keep trying to find new people who could be part of the group. Right. And so many of you have moved with us. So that's been fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think too that, like when we were talking about this, Al's asking me, should I look on YouTube or Facebook?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for that. polling does not work on YouTube. So this is Facebook polling only. So if you're on YouTube, you're welcome to leave it as a comment. But these are, if you look on the slide there, it says Facebook polling. So
interesting. Are the comments coming up?
You're not seeing comments?
No, like when I pull up like Tom says, it's up at the bottom on his phone, and I put that comment up, and I'm still getting the great weather from Kristen. So that's about 6 comments down.
Click it again. Let me take a look at that.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess it stays there at the bottom of your screen until you respond. So of the following, which is the best night for our live show, and got 3 options: Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Yeah, so we're willing to change it to make it more comfortable for you and what works better for you and for your friends too. It really would mean a lot to us if you could share the information about the show, post it on somebody else's page, post it on your page, so people know that it's happening. We can grow our audience and just make more friends along the way. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I don't know, Ida. We'll see what we might have broken comments.
Yeah, it's still coming up.
Why isn't that happening?
Kathy says, honestly, she doesn't do well with, oh, there you go. Kathy's just came up. Whatever you did.
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't do well with change, but any one of those is okay. So,
yeah. So we'd like you to answer in the poll because that helps us. And after 5 or 10 minutes, I can put a result up. I have no idea what will happen when I put the result up.
Yeah.
And once you pick an answer, then it goes. So thanks. I didn't know that, but
now we do.
Now I do. You should pick an answer.
Okay.
And
it's not letting me pick it. I had to exit out.
Oh, look, there's you can see that graph there. If you click on that graph, I wonder if a graph comes up. No, the question comes up. Well, you're the questioner, maybe.
Because we're both admins, so it probably.
Yeah. So you don't get to answer. You're on poll. You don't get to influence. We can't be of influence.
There you go.
There's a dog back here. What are you doing, Sailor? So let's move on.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I got distracted by all that. That was fun. Thanks for.
So
give your answers to the polls as we go through. We want to do more of that, but we didn't know exactly how it worked, so that helps us get to the right spot. We want to take just a minute to talk to you about Uniquely the Same. And so the mission, many of you know the mission of Uniquely the Same, but I wanted to at least show it to you. The mission is to form alliances with individuals, families affected by disability and or economic disadvantage by understanding and addressing self-identified core needs, thus improving the quality of life for all.
Whew, yeah, that is a mouthful.
That's a big one, isn't it?
It is.
So we want to talk about that just for a minute. And really what Uniquely the Same is designed for as an organization, not just this show, but as an organization. We want to try to be allies. We like the word allies. And so and what we mean by that is to form an alliance with and among and between and individuals and families affected by disability. And so we're looking to just build connecting bridges, which aren't just for relationship. They're alliances. They're to be allies in an effort together. And we also have this and or economic disadvantage. So in our mission, this is our founding mission.
Yes, it is.
So our 501c3 nonprofit status is based on this mission. And this interesting, the next part I think is one of the more interesting parts of our mission. By understanding and addressing. So we want to take the time to understand. We don't want to prescribe. We don't want to decide what other people need. And that's really come from a lot of experience. that a lot of organizations are just trying to prescribe a solution. And actually, in some cases, that's a good idea. But we want to be more of a listening organization by addressing self-identified core needs.
That's really important.
So we don't want to be the doctors.
We're not going to say what you're not going to say what my need is, and I'm not going to say what your need is.
Right.
You're going to identify what your needs are, and I'm going to identify what mine are.
That's the idea. So that's really just listening, is I think what we mean. Listening carefully and listening clearly, and as a real emphasis on what people are really needing, what they're really trying to get done themselves. Some of that comes from my relationship with my friend Frank in Florida years ago, and we would go to churches, and I was always shocked at how churches would love to give advice before they even knew like what a circumstance was. And so that was interesting. So that's when I started to realize, boy, people could listen a little better, particularly when it comes to disability. And I have to get on a soapbox for a minute.
Okay.
I'm so upset about, how there's all this stuff about discrimination going on. I've been saying this all week. Racial discrimination, gender discrimination, discrimination against women. There's just all this talk about that. There is not enough talk about the most important type of discrimination that's in the world right now, and in this country, the United States right now. And that's disability. Discrimination against individuals affected by disability is still the greatest disability area. And it just makes me mad. It's not even a thought in most people's. You read articles on it and it almost never comes up.
Right. But even with working in the career field, like we've done some research in that area, knowing that there are people who may have a disability, but they struggle with deciding whether to declare it or not. So there's a lot of people with disabilities who don't even let anyone know that they do have a disability, and that's sad because they're afraid of discrimination.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why we need allies. We need people to come alongside one another and really press the issue. It's been interesting as people are thinking about the anniversary of the ADA and some things like that. That people are starting to say, "Boy, we need a new effort." Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. But that's
you'll get back on it.
Yeah, I will. I won't get off that one completely. Actually, you're right. I won't.
And nor should we. I'd be really disappointed if we got off that soapbox.
But then the last phrase here is, I think, a fun one. Thus, improving the quality of life for all. See, the idea is that we're not doing this for those people. It turns out the whole world's a better place when you pay attention to the self-identified needs of people affected by disability. Because first of all, it's a very large population, 15 to 20% of the population. Hi, Ruth. Glad you made it. Ruth's one of the people who can't usually make it on Tuesday. So I was just talking about you a little bit earlier, Ruth, that we were talking about the show. And really, that's what brought up this show, some of the ideas, the conversation I had with my sister, Ruth. And that said, hey, why don't we all talk about this? So we're going to get through an introduction here, and then we're going to have some better things to do. Why don't we switch questions?
Okay, let's do. I'm anxious to see if it keeps working.
Yeah.
So this is another polling question that we have coming up.
Yeah. So first I'm going to give the results. So the results, and this is, if you think about it, something that's interesting about this is we're asking this question on Tuesday night.
That's true.
So you would actually think that more people would say, like, naturally it would lean toward
they
Tuesday,
would say
right?
Tuesday.
But there's the actual results. Somehow I have posted them.
Where did you post them?
Display viewer comments. Oh boy. Or create statistical lower third.
It's at the bottom of my page again now.
So I can get fancier. That's the default one, I guess.
Well, that's okay, but it's
but
there.
I can actually put a pie chart or something down there. So yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, so those are the results.
Thank you for answering. That helps.
Thanks. Let's I guess if you're not watching live, we would like for you to just put it in the comments. We don't know. We'll find out this week if you're not watching live whether the poll will come up. I don't think it will. I think it's only live. I think it's a live poll.
We'll find out.
So if it comes up for you and you're on Facebook, go ahead. If you're watching the recorded version, then just make a comment. What's the best for you? Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday is the question. What of the following, which is the best night for our live show? Let's move on to the next.
Okay.
See if I can get the next poll activated.
This is exciting. It's actually working.
Here's the question: how long would you like the show to be? We're actually not given as many options, but which of the following live show lengths would you prefer? We just sort of like to get a feel for this, and so we're interested. Do you think the show would be better if it were just 10 minutes long? We just did like a really compact 10 minutes in and out.
Done and done.
That would hurt us on the relational aspect that we're trying to do, but who knows? Maybe there's some option there. Would you like it to be like 30 minutes, limited to 30 minutes, so that you can move on after 8:30, or up to 60 minutes, which is about what we're trying to do. We actually have been going longer lately. Or would you say length doesn't matter at all to you? And we don't really mean at all.
We know that.
We're not going to do a 24-hour broadcast. But what would be best for you? I guess what would be your preference? So we'll leave that one up for a little bit. See what people have to say.
Yeah, I think that we sometimes it feels like we've been here more than 60 minutes, and we haven't. And then it goes from our perspective, it goes so fast because we really do love being here, and we love sharing our time with you and our evenings with you and the games and all of it. We just have a great time. So it just flies by for us. So we just want to hear how it works for you, so we can not bore you to death if we're boring you, or just keep going.
So those are our founding principles right there, to form alliances. And so that's where we start. So that gets us then to the live show. So how do we get to the live show from there? Well, the next thing that's worth talking about is that we have 5 key areas, what we call the 5 quality of life fundamentals.
Right.
And these are just 5 areas of life. The way I look at this is, if you're see, look how the poll covers up the comments.
Right.
So we'll have to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It basically, if you have career and vocation, housing, medical services, transportation, and education handled,
your life is pretty
you
good.
have a pretty good life. That is an opportunity for high quality life. Doesn't mean you necessarily have it, that you have a high quality life. But if you have access to those things, if you have opportunity for those, that's sort of our view: career and vocation, housing, medical services, transportation, and education. So as a result, we're willing to help out with any of those, and we want to look at how we can help in each of those 5 areas. So when we go through things, which we're about to do, Joe, we're going to talk to Jeff Owen here shortly,
right.
not on the live show, but this week we're going to be having a meeting with Jeff, and we're going to be talking about these 5 things. And is there anything that we're missing right now that we really should be jumping into?
Right.
And then down there at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, it says through authentic social engagement. And that's really the key to everything. So it's underneath the 5 because it's sort of the foundation for the 5. It's our method. It's our principles or our approach. We want to do it through authentic engagement, relationships.
Right.
There's another way of just saying that. But social engagement gives us the opportunity to do things like Facebook and YouTube and those sorts of things.
Yeah, so I think that right now, we were working really diligently on career and vocation, and because we feel like that supports the other 4 things, as if you have a career and vocation. And we were very close to opening a career center this spring when COVID hit, and it put brakes on just about everything. And so we're a little bit behind with that principle, but we're not giving up on it.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be our 80% of what we were up to,
Right.
was that career center. And we basically were planning to start in March. We were setting up to announce it, and then all the COVID stuff hit, and it interrupted. I mean, we were going to do it all through social engagements. We were going to do it all through group meetings and
Community
facilitated
conversations,
discussions. And so that completely got stopped by COVID. And in a way, we feel like we're sort of boxers that got a real big slug right in the face, and it got stopped. And we're not really sure yet how to restart that.
Right. But we did dust ourselves off and pick ourselves up, and they can't beat us. They can't.
So career and vocation was really the big place. And the reason was because we thought that was the one that was the most needed. That housing, medical services, transportation, education actually in some ways follow if you've got career and vocation opportunities. The other things are actually easier to accomplish. Plus, there's a lot more people doing practical things in those areas. We think there's a lot of room to grow in career and vocation. So we're going to get back to it, but probably not this year, because we'd have to already be engaged and starting to plan for the fall. So we've probably been set back 2 years. Our goal was to actually open up a career center that eventually would house 40 people, and then we would open up more, and geographically move them around. And so now probably, at least in my mind, I'm thinking next fall of 2022. It sounded so nice to have a 2020 vision.
Right. It just, what's your 2020 vision? It's the career center.
But now we have a 2022 vision for the career and vocation. But that's really not the main topic that we want to talk about tonight. So within all this, we needed to build authentic relationships. And we realized even more so with COVID that there's a real need for people to engage socially. So we've continued that basically, and we haven't really expanded much what we're doing. We've just continued to the show once a week, and so here we are.
And we still get calls from individuals, and we still help those individuals, because sometimes just there's so many hurdles that people with disabilities and their families and people that have maybe low economic status, they have so many hurdles they have to jump that one more hurdle is more than they could possibly face. And so we just help people over that last hurdle.
Yeah, in the 5 areas. I mean, we're helping people all the time in the 5 areas.
Right.
So people who need medical services, people who need housing, transportation, education, we're always assisting individuals on a day-by-day basis in that way. So that will always be true, because we want people to have quality of life.
Absolutely.
But as far as it all applies to what we're doing here and what you're a part of with us. There's Lucinda.
Yeah. Did you not see her?
Yeah, I didn't see the comment, but I'm seeing it now. So
okay.
I'm usually talking, and I don't read the comments well when I'm talking. I'm not a very good listener sometimes. But what you're a part of tonight is that social engagement. And this is where we really want to sort of up the engagement. We want to do more of this, particularly since the Career Center is at least another year and a half away.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to, maybe it is. I mean, who knows what we'll decide later this week. But we would like your help in doing even more in this social engagement area. People need this. I think everyone knows. Hello, John. Nice to see you. Everyone knows that in many ways, mental health is the next big hurdle of COVID. The COVID pandemic is important, and we're all masking, and we're all keeping our social distance, and we're probably not washing our hands as much as we used to, but we should be.
You don't have to worry about that with me. I'm
you
chronic.
Are?
Oh yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you wash your hands? I think people are less. We've gotten more used to it. We're less diligent than we were 6 months ago, for sure. We're sort of back to where we were a year ago when we were just starting to figure this out.
I think that's true. with me, I've worked my career in healthcare. So from the very beginning, when we did an in-service one day, and we did a hand washing in-service, and we put some sort of substance that would shine in a black light on our hands, and then we were told to wash our hands as best we could. So we washed our hands, and then they held the black light over our hands, and oh my goodness,
we should do that live on the show.
It would be a good exercise.
We could make all these black lights, and we could wear white shirts.
we would just glow more than we do right now.
Hey, speaking of all this, I want to take just a fun break.
Okay.
From the conversation, we're going to come right back to the conversation. Hand sanitizer, yeah, that's good. Yeah. We're going to come back, but Ida, I got us some new masks. So just to double down with everybody, just to get everybody back in the. I know you come to this show because you want to get away from COVID, but just for a little bit, we're going to just step into the COVID light.
Should I be frightened?
So
every time you do something like this, my face winds up in a pie.
So I got us a bunch of masks that I thought we could try out, and so here's a few that you could try, and I got some to try too. I think I did anyway. Oh no, wait, here's another one.
Oh gosh.
So why don't you grab one? Maybe I'll try some of them, but you can grab one and try it. And
just anyone?
Yeah, just grab one. Why don't you give me one? Well, I'll try one too. So I think this is sort of fun. This is sort of a Wish show. You know, I went on Wish and I bought these. So they were almost free. I paid shipping for them.
Oh my word.
And I've got one too. What's yours look like? Oh, look at yours.
Oh, it's lovely.
Mine's got a big grin. And so this is a happy mask. This is what you wear out in public. So
do we have to put these on?
Yeah. Well, it's just a good reminder for all of us. Let me get the close up of you, Ida.
Oh, please do. Oh no.
Okay, here's mine.
That's lovely, Cal. Can you take the camera?
I will as soon as I get mine on. Have you guys seen these? I mean,
I've not. Who would buy these, Cal, except for you?
All right, so this one's mine. Wait, how do I?
There you go. Oh, that's nice. You got a big smile. Okay.
It's just to keep you happy. You can go out and
yeah.
If you came across somebody looking like that, though, I'm not sure. That one looks more crazy than it.
Well, I should have known. Thank you.
Kathy's worried that our masks are from China.
She's right.
Well, they've been sitting for a long time, so they're in good shape. You got another one?
Take this off?
Yeah. I came up with the idea of making a homemade one. So I want to show you the homemade one that I made. Look at this, Ida. I took a coffee filter. So this is my idea because people put coffee filters in them. So I just took a coffee filter, right? Mm-hmm. And I put a little bit of tape on it. And then I added, these are the things that go around your head. And see, so it's a coffee filter.
I get it. It's a play on words.
So see, you can put this on. Look like this. And it opens up and it goes right around your head, and then you just tie it on. This is my idea.
That's really nice.
These are cheaper.
It's sort of.
You wonder why. I didn't quite get mine.
Your coffee filter is not. Yeah. It's not the best, maybe.
But it does. It fits tightly. Is my point. The way it's made, it really does go over your face and nose.
Well, that's like the duck bill.
Quite tightly.
Kind, yeah.
Yeah. That's my coffee filter.
Get
Get down, Selah. What'd you get? What's your next one? Oh. So that's my homemade. If you can get a different one. You can make them at home.
Oh, well, there you go. This one's black.
Oh, look at that. That one looks like a Eaton Park one.
It does? Oh, Eaton Park. How do you open these things?
You know the Eaton Park cookies? They have cookies that you buy at Eaton Park, and they got big smiley faces on them.
Kathy says she wouldn't even touch them. Oh,
you're fine. The COVID doesn't last on surfaces for very long, so we're in good shape.
Mary Lou says she doesn't think those are OSHA-approved masks. I think you're right, Kathy. I think you're right, Mary Lou.
No, I doubt they are actually worth it. Look at that. Now that is sweet, and that's actually sort of a nice mask, isn't it? mean, that is a real
doesn't have a
mask.
nose thing,
Oh,
but
never mind.
I have something in my pocket that belongs across my face. Okay.
All right, so
What is that?
wait, here's mine.
Oh my.
Mine are big kissy lips.
Is that what that is? They're not right in the head.
You can grab the kissy lips with your lips.
Well, then now nobody else can wear that mask.
No, well, nobody can wear a mask once you.
That's true. You're not supposed to.
How would you like to come across this out in public?
I wouldn't. I'd be frightened.
Some sort of predator where that kind of. It's terrible.
Oh, I think there's one.
Do you have more?
I have one more. Oh, this is my last one.
I've got one too, which is my grand finale.
Oh,
I'm going to do my grand finale.
Is
Have you guys seen these? I'm really thrilled about this one. And this one really is like an authentic mask that you can use. It is like OSHA approved. It's got a little place. wait. I got to turn it over to you.
No.
Oh, there's a cigar coming out of your mouth. Oh.
Calvin.
Oh my.
I don't know why. Why don't I get something really cute? No, I get a cigar guy.
Oh my goodness,
Thank
that
you very
one is
much.
that one's a keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got.
Thanks.
Even if you have to wear another mask under that mask.
Oh my.
Oh.
Well, yours is just a black mask. That's a nice one.
Yeah. Have you seen these? Have you seen these online? Here, I'll show you mine. So this is an electronic mask.
No.
So I press this little button. I think. See if I can find it. There you go. 2 seconds. There you go.
Oh my word. Only you would find something like that. We had hats that did that once.
And now when I talk, it talks. You know how I always see people.
You're like Rosie the robot from the Jetsons. Do you remember her?
Yeah, what did she say?
I don't know. But she had a mouth like that.
Okay, George. Yes, Mr. Jefferson. Jetson. Yes, Mr. Jetson.
Oh,
But this actually has a huge advantage.
What's the advantage?
Cars are going by, I've noticed, and in my world, I just sort of mouth words at them like "thank you."
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get this fitting just right. And so I go "thank you," but I have a mask on, but I don't say it out loud, and they're in a car, so they can't hear me.
You have to just
But see, with this, I can go. I'm crossing the road. Right, here's me crossing the road. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I'm just gonna tap off my cigar.
Oh,
my
I love
God.
this mask, and it's got a little spot you can put. It's got a little spot where you can put another filter.
Oh my!
So it's like triple mask. It's actually very hot.
This is hot too,
Ooh.
actually.
So I recommend this. I got this one didn't come.
Does it do other
This
things
one I didn't get on.
besides that?
Oh no, I did. I got this on Wish too. Yeah, it does do some other. Let's do some other. There's other faces, but this is I like that one.
Oh, a pumpkin.
This is the Halloween one.
That's nice.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, when you talk, the
jack-o'-lantern.
jack-o'-lantern pops up and down.
Nice.
Let's see. I don't know what this one is. Why is there a face on my face?
That's weird.
It's a face in a face. But it's changing colors and it does talk.
Well, that's
I think it's nice to see lips. You know how they have the see-through ones?
David likes the LED mask.
Yeah, LED mask is. Oh, look at this one. It winks at you. Hello there. I've got my mask on.
Mary Lou's my friend. She's like, I need to lose that mask. It's not me.
There's some. I forget how this one works. Oh, that one's just volume.
Thank you.
This one has some other features. I don't even know how to use. Like I just got it, so I don't really know. But there's a couple words you can say, and it'll pop things up.
Oh, I see hearts. Is that a
There's
chicken?
an even something.
What is that?
Something evil.
Oh. Tom wants to know where he can get those. Oh, they all came from Wish?
Yeah, but you can get these masks both on Amazon and Wish. I like to get my stuff from Wish
just because you are patient and like
just
for
for
it to
fun.
take.
I like for it to take 6 months. I ordered it when COVID started last March.
Oh.
And so here we are.
I don't doubt it. They're so lovely too. Thank you for thinking of me and getting me these really nice ones.
If I had this, we would have masked on the show from the very first day. I'll tell you, my favorite one though is your cigar one.
Well, I will wash it and I will it to you.
But this one also, I'm sorry I don't know the features because I just tried it just now. But there's something about when you say certain words, like you say "I love you" and a heart comes up or something like that.
Oh, that's sweet.
But I don't know what those words are, and I don't know how it works. I had one more.
Rob saying I better log you off. Wish.
Here's my one last one. And this one, if you just put a sock in the nose, it works very well.
Sock on the nose. Oh my God. Oh my word. I mean, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. What in the world possessed you?
Wait, how do I get it? I don't know where my mouse. I don't know where my mouse is.
Oh.
I can't see my mouse. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. There. Now this is a mask.
That is a mask. Oh my goodness, Cal.
Everybody should have a COVID mask like this one.
Kathy said it froze on Facebook. Now you have to leave that. What's it made out of? It's plastic?
This was rubber.
A rubber. Oh.
It was a little stinky when it first came. But, you know.
I think it might still be stinky.
Horse is a horse, of course.
I dare you to go grocery shopping with that thing.
I'm going. I'm 100%.
Okay.
100%. I'm going shopping with that one.
Dare you?
All right, we're back.
David says, "Quit horsing around." Like father, like son.
All right, that's our excursus.
Okay. Oh,
we're in the serious part of the show.
I see. Can't keep a good man down. That's all.
You got to keep having some fun with the masks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So sorry to take you into the COVID zone. That's I think the first time in a year that we've actually gone into the COVID zone on the Tuesday night show.
I think so too. Mary Lou wants to know how you see out of it.
There, you can see right out the nose. It's a little bit hard to see a mouse.
Like out of the mouth part or the?
Yeah, right out the nose. See right here?
Oh,
there's holes in the nose. That's how you breathe.
Why don't?
And then there's also a mouth down here that you can see. They're both open, but you have to put a sock in that part so that it's a filter. You can't just put this on and it'd be a mask. Sometimes you just wear a Halloween mask.
You have to wear a mask under your
so then you
mask
can't see out. You're not allowed to see out.
Yeah. Okay.
You need a horse trainer to go with you.
Trainer. Well, Kathy said Facebook froze up for a little bit, but it's unfrozen now. So
good.
It's
Good. All right. Back to
let's get back, please.
Back to the topic of the day. So here we are on the Tuesday Night Live. We've also done Wednesday Night Live, Thursday Night Live, and we have a difference of opinion. I'll be interested over the week how everyone likes that. Yeah. Let's finish our poll.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have results from that poll
about
the 30 minutes?
So let me just pop that up real fast. Pause poll. I didn't realize I could pause the poll.
Oh.
But anyway, here's the results. The results are no one likes 10 minutes. There's a pretty large number of people who say 30 minutes would be ideal. Okay. 30-minute show. 60-minute show. Nope, just one person says that. And then there's a couple people who say length doesn't matter, which I assume would fall into the longer category if that was it too. But but I've been aware of that it seems like there could be some benefit to shorter.
Right.
We used to try to do the YouTube show in a way that it was shorter. Mm-hmm. And then we realized, well, we're just leaving them out of certain content.
Right.
And the people that were watching, we wanted them to be able to see it. So But maybe we do a new show. Maybe we do a new 30-minute show.
Yeah. If we do that, we should say it's a 15-minute show. Make sure we really get it
Do
done
a
in 30
15-minute
minutes.
show. Yeah. We can just tell each other it's a 15-minute show. Just tell me it's a 15-minute show.
All right. We'll do. We'll just thank you.
So that was fun.
Yeah, I'm loving these polls. I think that, and thank you for participating.
We could play our games this way.
Yeah,
we could just put the game questions on this way, and everybody could enter their answer. Then you don't have to tabulate.
Oh, there you go. That would speed things up a little bit.
So there you go. So now we know the best night for our live show, and it says the results are active. Oh no, it closed it.
But now we just have to find out if people watch on the replay, if they can vote on the poll too.
Yeah. Well, what's going to be weird about it is there's 4 different questions, and as I open up new ones, I'm pretty sure it's closing the old ones.
Okay.
So here's another question as we're getting ready, and we'll talk about this in a minute. But I'll put the poll up, so you might want to wait just a minute to answer it. But so here's another poll about: would you enjoy an interactive broadcast of our office during the day? We had this show called The Unshow, where we do an interactive broadcast of our office. The idea was you could just sort of stop by our office anytime you wanted. We have a virtual office. Mm-hmm. So the question is, would you enjoy that if we did that again? The interactive broadcast of our office during the day.
We had quite a few people who did stop by the office. It was nice. We got to know quite a few new people that way.
Yeah, we've gotten away from it, and I'm not even really sure why we've gotten away from it, and we probably should get back to it. But we're interested if you're interested.
Right. Absolutely.
So there's that question. But let's just dig in a little bit on the purpose of the show. So when we started this show 2 years ago, we really had this idea, this phrase, living life to its fullest and demystifying disability together. Mm-hmm. That's what we were about, doing those things. So and then there's some specifics underneath that, which I can just let you read those. But those are just sort of our philosophy, our approach. The bottom one there, if it's blocked by the question, the poll question for you, it says we utilize social media in order to include others. We want to be social media. We think might be a good way to really link into people. So that's why we're doing it. Mm-hmm. To try to connect to people who might have access through social media, which includes you. I mean, that's why you all are here, and the way you're all here. Rob says we need to do YouTube videos. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, really the reason why we got away from YouTube videos is because they were so much work that was all away from people.
Right.
So the hope was that we could produce videos live without the edit. But the edits were a lot of work.
They were a lot of work.
If we had an editor or had funding for an editor, mm-hmm. I think we probably would easily return to those. But they take a lot of work to plan, shoot, edit, publish, all those kinds of things. So there's a lot of effort in it. We haven't done it for a couple of years. We haven't done any. We did one Christmas. We did one Merry Christmas video. That's the only thing we did in the last year.
Well, you did the Joe Delagrave one. Mm-hmm. So that's been a year. It's
about
hard to believe that's been a year, but it has been.
And we usually update the Giving Tuesday one each year.
Which got canceled this year.
Right.
Because of COVID.
But here we are now on YouTube and Facebook live.
Right.
And so one of the things we need to think about is how could we do this better? How could we involve more people? How could we reach people? How could we, we've had some visitors the last few weeks. That's been really great to have some folks coming in and maybe joining us, along the way. You never know whether you stay long term but even if you just come for a few weeks and we make a difference in a week or two.
That's right.
For a person, we want to do that in terms of loneliness. Get off, Selah. We don't have any more food. She's so disappointed.
If you would have seen her face, she's got the really sad eyes. See, aww. She gives me licks, but she gives you the growly face. She might be spoiled. I don't know.
Yeah, a little. You think? So this is really our question for you. How could we do better?
Right.
What could we do differently? what could we do better? What we'd really like is, for one thing that maybe you don't know, is how important it is for you to invite other people to this and to mention it and talk it up to other people who might find it interesting, not just as an afterthought, but as a proactive process of who in my life might benefit or might know someone who could benefit from just having some online friends that they interact with once a week or so. So we really want to encourage you. We want to ask you to consider being proactive about it, trying to get other people. Say, I'm going to be watching the show. Come on, and we can chat in the background while the show's going on. It's whatever your pitch would be.
Yeah, we definitely, and when we encourage you to talk to each other behind the scenes, that's awesome. That's how friendships develop. So that's really nice.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? What do you think about the show? I think we all have fun. That's why this group of people come together, right? So we maybe don't have many ideas on how to improve it for us, but maybe how could we improve it for other people? Or should we do another show? Should we do it Tuesday and Thursday? Or should we go back to doing the unshow, the broadcast of our what are your, just interested in your opinions about that. Rob says we need to do the YouTube video. Mm-hmm. So that's something. We even have some YouTube content for those videos that we'd never produced. It's just sitting there.
We spoke last week maybe about bringing back the interview we did with Joe Delagrave,
mm-hmm.
and putting that out for people. It's a wonderful interview, so it would.
I'd really like to get Joe on the show.
Yeah, I'm going to try. He's a busy man.
Paralympics, they announced, I think we've said this a couple times in the show, but they announced that Paralympics is going to be in prime time, I think they said.
Yes, for the very first
on
time.
NBC.
Mm-hmm.
So not just on NBC in the middle of the night or whatever, but on prime time NBC, Paralympics. And so you'll be able to see Joe. So that's a pretty cool. It still says, how do you see out of it?
I don't know. Sometimes it brings up the new one, and sometimes it doesn't.
On the scene show, I think that would mean like a live. I think that'd be a great thing. If Rob, if you're going somewhere, jump on it.
Yeah. I apologize for the comments are a little bit wacky
crazy
again. Yeah. There's a new one. Don says highlight more people with disabilities, like the girl who shot arrows, and more guests. Yeah.
Yeah, we know that people have said along the way that we need more guests, and that's why over the last couple of weeks we've been working on the Zoom access, because our approach of dialing in, we realized, is not easy for people who aren't pretty good with technology. Right. And now that people have Zoom, have been trained in how to use Zoom, we think that will open it up to a lot more people. So that's exciting.
This is last week. It was several days no one was here. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's really just nice to have a place you can pop in, even like the unshow. Whether you say anything or not, we're company, and you can say something if you're there. So I liked the idea of the unshow.
The crazy thing about the unshow is it had a bigger audience than this show.
Yeah.
And we didn't.
And from other countries.
We did no work for the unshow. We just put it on there, and it's just because it goes on and on and on. Eventually, Facebook starts to recommend it to enough people that somebody jumps in. Now, I don't know that we had any lasting stick around. We had one or two people that came for a little bit,
but they still
people that pop in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So so that's interesting. So maybe we should get back to the unshow. And we should do some video content. I would like to do some more video content to try to get that rolling. Yeah, keep your comments coming. Do you have anything else on the whole topic?
David says you should do a Tesla giveaway.
Do you think that would work?
I think that might bring people in to sign up and get a Tesla.
That's what David watches, like Mr. Beast, and so we could do something where we could put a wheelchair, and everybody could put their hand on a wheelchair, and the last person to take their hand off gets $10,000.
There you go.
10,000 UTS bucks.
Clarify, those UTS bucks are worth lots.
Yeah, so Rob is saying that he shot the video and then we edited it. So that's a good point. That would be a good way to get video content that we could turn into. If you see something or want to make a video, we have the ability to edit, and we'd be glad for that. I missed that last comment.
Lucinda says she agrees to guests, interview local influencers, and learn what's on the horizon. So I think guests is a big thing.
I think in terms of guests, something that we could use is we could use help, even arranging guests.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. Actually,
it's a good bit of effort in coordinating schedules, and we just have a lot of things flying in the air all the time. And so any type of capacity. I think we need some people that would help with that sort of thing too. So, and so maybe that's part of it. Yeah, there you go. Matchbox. That's part of it. Maybe we just need to do a little bit more explaining of how we could use help ourselves. Which is another reason to do the unshow, because we try not to do this kind of show on Tuesday night.
Right.
Where we're just talking about uniquely the same. Right. We try to just get together and have fun. And we don't need the graphic anymore. So, but the nice thing about the unshow is we're in the office, we're talking about the office, and lots of times we'll have more of this kind of conversation during the day.
Right.
I don't know, I'm sort of talking myself into wanting to do more unshows.
I feel it.
Nobody really said that, though. I think I'm the only one who said it. I guess maybe Kathy was inferring it when she was saying nobody was around for days and days, and it would be just nice to have some place to go in the midst of that.
We don't cost anything. Like I used to, when I was alone after I retired, then I would watch QVC, and that got expensive after a while. Now I know all the show hosts on QVC and the Home Shopping Network, and I know how much things cost.
Everybody needs lip masks, and there's only 8 more left. Oh. There's only 8 more lip masks left. You should get your order in today.
Yeah. If you order right now,
$29.95, and you won't have to pay for it for a year. You can do it. You can do it fine.
There you go.
And we have cleared it of the Chinese COVID, so it's COVID free.
There you
go. Not guaranteed, but probably.
I was going to say that's a pretty big guarantee.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's move on with the show.
Okay, let's do.
We've gone long enough. People want to do half an hour. We're already at 48 minutes or something. So
let's keep going.
So let's press forward. We always like to do these 2 sections of the show. The first section is Ida, so here you go, Ida. It's time for your saying of the week. Are you at a point where you can do a saying of the week? Here we go.
I chose this one this week because April 5th is National Dandelion Day.
It is. Of course it is.
You got to go with what you got to go with. And of course I had a saying back in the back of my head that I could use dandelions with. So here it goes. And the dandelion does not stop growing because it's told it's a weed. The dandelion does not care what others see. It says, one day they'll be making wishes upon me. So, appearances aren't everything.
A confident little dandelion.
It's a confident dandelion, and I love that saying.
You don't always feel confident that one day people will be making wishes on you.
That's right. But it is what people do.
It's good. Yeah. I think we don't know the impact we have on other people. We're so caught up in our own world that it's hard to realize that we're a part of other people's world too.
Right.
And we're not the center of the world. We're a part of other people's worlds, and we make a difference. That's a cool reminder. Let's do the joke of the week, shall we?
Okay.
All right. I was with my brother-in-law this week. He doesn't really watch the show much, but he told this joke all week. So
which brother-in-law is it?
This is Ruth's.
Ruth's
husband, Dana. So so
Okay,
here
Dana,
is Dana
we're counting on
and
you.
his joke of the week. We are going to. I was subjected to this joke all week, so Now everyone gets.
Did he get a good laugh out of it the first time? So he just kept going.
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. Why can't ants get COVID-19? Why can't ants?
I don't.
Did you know that ants can't get COVID-19?
I had no idea.
Not everybody realizes, but
yeah. Why can't ants get COVID-19?
Why can't ants get COVID-19? That's the question of the day. Here we go. Dana's answer is because they have little antibodies. Bump.
Well, you know what? That's a sweet joke, Dana. I think it's lovely.
Dana uses that joke to break the mood.
Oh.
Anytime the mood gets too intense, it's his theory. He's going to just repeat that joke.
Well,
did it work? A little tight in the room. Well, it didn't get tight in the room much.
But, I was going to say.
But he has a son that plays some sports, and when his son gets a little, not a son, a grandson, plays some sports, and when his son gets a little too ambitious, he tells his aunt. Unfortunately, he tells the same joke.
Kristen says, LOL, that's her dad. So maybe you've heard that one before, Kristen.
Because they have little antibodies.
Kathy asked a good question. Where is that sound machine? We need a rim shot.
The sound machine. Oh, yeah.
Laugh.
You made that comment once before, Kathy.
Yeah.
That
and we have it.
Well, I have I have the clapping. I forget how we did the sound machine.
I forget too.
It was on a tablet.
Oh, Joel says he laughed out loud. So
there you go.
That was a good one, Dana.
I do think I heard it all week, so it's hard for it to be funny to me.
But you knew when you heard it that was going to be the joke of the week.
Oh, yeah. I told him, and he said you won't be able to find a picture of me.
Oh well, he doesn't know.
So we did. I said if we don't find a picture of you, we're going to find a picture of anyone, and we're going to put it up there and put your name on it.
That's what he told me to do when I got the assignment to find Dana. Got him.
Yeah, so there you go. Antibodies.
Oh, that's sweet.
At this point at the show, we always do the same thing. We ask you if you have anything on your mind, anything that you would like to say, and we pop up a little bit of news, world news. You know, we've been working on this news feed. We're very excited about it. Yes. You can go to uniquelythesame.org/news every day, and there's a new list of articles there. And we're still working on it. There's still a lot of sort of technical things that could be better about it, but there's lots of fun news on the page, and it's differently curated than any news source that you will find. So
you worked a lot on that.
I don't know how you go about finding disability news. We used to just go to Disability Scoop, and they would be sort of the main source, and they would have like 1 or 2 articles a week. And then we would look at the New York Times, and we go to Forbes, and then maybe you'd look at some stuff on Google, and you're basically just going here and there and trying to find different news. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, if you go on our website, there's new news stories every few hours. Yeah. They're just popping up there, and they're taken from all around. Like if you watch the list of where these are coming from, these stories on our website are coming from sources all over the world, all over the country, state governments, state things, little blogs. So I'm very excited about that. We're going to continue to make it better and better. And so I really would encourage you. Please go see up on the top there of the news feed. It says uniquelythesame.org/news.
Where you go.
You'll find the list there.
Or if you just go to our website and click on
news
button,
yeah, there's a news menu option. But it's not hard to remember, uniquelythesame.org/news.
That's true. That's true.
If I could have you just go to news.org.
You could do that.
It turns out other people own those.
Kristen's asking if her dad told you the one about his arms are tired because he flew all the way.
No, it does sound. Nope. I got the same joke over and over and over.
Antibodies. Again. We got it. That's a good one. So yeah, there's a Disability Scoop had a big one on waiting lists that may be eliminated for disability services provided by Medicaid, which is huge. Almost everywhere there's waiting lists to get on waivers and to get help. And this is it's a draft bill known as the Hcbs Access Act. So it's But what it does is, under this legislation, home and community-based services will be mandatory in the Medicaid program, just like institutional services are. So that would require the state to provide those services. So I don't know. I'm hopeful about that, because in the people that we've met along the way, and as we talked about hurdles that people have had to jump, you hear stories about people being on a waiting list for 7 years. I mean, that's an incredible amount of time to have to wait for help.
Yeah, waiting list is one of those words in the disability world. When you hear it, it's one of those depressing.
Brace yourself, because it's going to be bad news probably.
You say, "Oh, there's this new program," and then somebody says waiting list, and then you go, "Oh, never mind."
That's right. Oh yeah, so there's that. And for anybody who watches Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, they've added a new character.
That's a cartoon, right?
That's a cartoon, yeah.
How do you watch Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood?
I watch it on, I don't know. My grandson brings it up on the television. It's
really?
like on the kids' channels on Netflix. I don't know where he finds that. I should look it up and tell
it's
you.
It's not on cable? Cable news?
It's not cable, because...
Like Nickelodeon or something?
Yeah, something like that. So anyway, on Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, they're going to be getting a new character on the autism spectrum. So I think they're trying to reach out from a young age to teach people about
That's good.
differences.
Sesame
and
Street
how
did
it's
it. Now Mr. Rogers did it.
Right.
Posthumously.
Posthumously. Yeah. Mom says not in Canada. If you're disabled in any way, you go to the front of the line. That's lovely. And Rob says it's on PBS. So.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Rob.
Rob knows. He watches Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood.
Yeah, PBS makes it easy.
Yeah.
Of course, Mr. Rogers is a Pittsburgh thing.
That's true. That's why I was...
And the Mr. Rogers Foundation is around here and everything. So they're the ones that run the Daniel Tiger show. Although I've read about it, but never seen it or investigated it.
And then there's April 2nd is World Autism Awareness Day. And there is a drive to change the title of that day to not Autism Awareness Day, but Autism Acceptance Day.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I have a dream that we will not have a need for a day.
There you go.
That it'll just be Acceptance Day.
Right. For all of us.
Yeah. We don't have to tell people to accept it. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
That's my hope. But yeah, I could see why, even just making the point that it'd be nice if it weren't being aware of it.
Right.
Trying to really accept and take it in. So
did you give us the poll results from the...
I did. I just put them up. They should be there right now.
Oh, okay.
And there weren't many responses, only 4 people, I think. But see, 75% said yes.
Oh, I see. So
they would watch it.
Oh,
and one person said, I don't know. So that's sort of cool. Let's see if I can take that down. It gets a little obnoxious being there. Close results. I wonder if that take it off.
Nope. It's still on mine, but I have a delay, so
yeah. But we'll see. We'll see if that pulls it down or not. I see that on your own individual screen you can pull it off.
We have a few birthdays.
Birthdays are good.
Yeah.
Let's hear what birthdays do you
have.
So
today is Patty Iriana's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Patty.
That reminds me, Ida, that on our topic tonight, I've been wanting to do a parenting show. Yes. And maybe even as a separate show. I've had this in mind for a long time, but it wouldn't be you and me doing a parenting show. Mm-hmm. What we'd do is we'd find maybe a couple of parents that who could do the show, and we would produce it.
Right.
And have them be the leads on the show. I would love to do that.
I think that's got huge potential, and be like a support group and
where they can just talk to other parents. And I don't know exactly how the show format would work out. I think I would want to ask the parents how the show format should work out. But I've always felt like parents could really use a hand. And use a friend is really what I mean.
And a lot of times parents have already blazed a trail and they know the shortest distance from point A to point B. And it's good to
maybe another parent doesn't know.
Exactly.
And so sharing of best practices, kinds of things. I really think there's an opportunity there. And Maybe that's something that we could pull off in 2021.
I think it's worth shooting for.
It's a great thing about social media. There's nothing that the pandemic keeps you from doing with social media. You can still get at it, except for maybe Rob's in-person interview idea.
Well, and today, the 30th, is Neil Blevins' birthday. I happen to know him personally. That's my son.
Happy birthday, Neil.
Brandon Gurin.
Oh, Brandon.
Is on the 31st. Terry Brown on the 2nd. Vi Edwards on the 2nd. Carla Moton on the 3rd. And Lacey Stutz on the 4th. So happy birthday, everybody. Cal, you have some?
Yeah, I
always catch them off guard.
I always forget to look mine up. And but I will look it up if
What else? April 2nd is Children's Book Day. April 3rd is Don't Go to Work Unless It's Fun Day. I like that one. I would go to work every day because I love what I do so much. I think work is fun, especially working for Uniquely the Same. World Party Day on the 3rd. And of course, the 5th, I told you, is National Dandelion Day. Well, that's
that's just one of those ones that I don't even understand why there is a National Dandelion Day, but okay.
Have you ever had dandelion wine?
No, is it good?
Yeah, it's real good.
I've had dandelions in my salad.
Yeah, well, this is to make wine. Lucinda said, parent show I'd rather do as Zoom anyway. Parent to parent may have somebody interested in hosting or sharing that role. Oh, that's good.
The parent-to-parent organization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe we do it with an organization. It's just, to me, there's tapping into groups. We have some good friends, and maybe tapping into existing groups that don't have parent. So parent-to-parent, right, is offering it to folks. And so maybe we just take the parent-to-parent program or the opportunities they're doing and bring them to groups that don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So for an example, the parents of people working at Spectrum Dolce, the ice cream and candy and what do you call that? Confectionery.
Yeah.
Place in Monroeville. There's a group of people that work there, but there isn't any sort of parent group for people that work there. And so that's what I'm talking about is what if we just started one? Or when we were in the South Hills, I went to the school district in Peters Township and said, how could we help the parents of the folks who have IEPs?
Mm-hmm.
And the special education, I forget what her title was, but the director of special education there said, well, we really could have a parent group. It'd be nice if we were able to inform parents and have meetings and talk through, like what the latest issues are and things that could be addressed within the school system, get some feedback. And so we facilitated that. So it's the same kind of thing. Groups that don't exist. That's what I have in my mind is
right.
There's a lot of places where there are people feeling lonely. We find that every year at camp that there's parents who are feeling lonely. So that's what I mean. But listen, those are great ideas. Yeah. I want to find a way to just sort of make that circle bigger. That's sort of my, I get to say a lot of words. Lucinda only gets like a few words that she can type. So I'm sorry about that, but thanks for the idea.
She has great ideas.
Yeah. I don't have any birthdays to add. You got the ones that were on my list.
All right.
And I think we're at showtime. I think we're at an hour and 15-minute show, so we're gonna start to bring it to a close.
Sounds good.
Would you invite some people to the show? We think that'd be great. Would you take a look at our news and give us some feedback on that? See what you see there. See if you do find anything of value. We'd like to know if it's of value to you. And but I think you can bookmark it and hop over there in the morning and make that just one of your sources. And I think you're going to find more and more. There's some really, really good.
There is some really good stuff there.
So have you found some stuff there?
I have.
Right now, it's not in a format where you can see. It's just a long list of news.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, we'll have it in categories and that sort of thing. So just working on those.
I'm saying, what about a dad-only show?
Yeah. Yeah, dads have needs. Moms have needs. There's
actually been working on a blog written from a father of a young man with a disability, writing from his perspective on our website. So I'm working on that. Stay tuned.
Maybe what we could do is we could start to launch shows out of our show. We could do a dad segment or a dad show, a couple times, and see if it catches on enough that we could start.
Yeah,
one.
that's a good idea. floated out there.
So that's it.
Okay.
That's all the questions we have for you tonight. Nice. We figured out that the polls work.
Polls work.
So we'll take advantage of those in the future. We now understand a little bit. We had no idea how they actually work. So, and we'll learn more once we end the live video how they work. I suspect they don't.
Oh, I hope they do.
I suspect there's nothing after the show about them. And of course, we do have the problem on YouTube that it's on Facebook, and we're talking as if everybody knows what we're talking about, and the YouTube people don't even know what the question was.
Right, exactly.
Like, I'm not sure I even read the questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the YouTube people might have been like, "Well, okay, thanks for the thanks. I'm glad for that last question, but I have no idea what it was, so I didn't respond to it." So we'll see. We'll learn some lessons. Right?
That's right.
That's the idea. Okay. It's another day.
It sure is. It's been a great
day. Glad you're here.
We wouldn't be us without you. So thank you for being here. It means the world to us. It really does. And we would love to grow our circle even bigger. So if you invite your friends, share the postings, whatever we can do to increase the amount of people that we can touch and touch each other. So that's what it's all about.
I'm uniquely the same. You're uniquely the same. Together, we can change the world. We'll be back next week. Hope you will be too. See you then.